Sports. Sports have been a constant presence throughout the history of human civilization. Whether it be the ancient Olympic Games in Greece, the Romans in the Colosseum, the dead ball era of Major League Baseball, or the grand present-day presentation of the NFL, athletic competition and sporting events have been around as long as humanity itself. However, in the early 20th century, two little boxes would go on to change sports as we know them forever. That would be the radio, and later on, the television. With sports leagues now having the power to broadcast their sporting events to the masses, they tapped into a brand new, previously never possible audience. People who couldn't attend the games. This opened up brand new avenues for sporting leagues all around the world, whether it be advertising or negotiating large-scale broadcasting contracts with television and radio networks. This led to unprecedented growth in the popularity of sports. In the 1920s and 1930s, as broadcast media was getting on its feet, superstars such as Babe Ruth became legends and made baseball into America's pastime. Later on in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, the NFL and NBA used advances in television to explode in popularity, as their huge stars were beginning to get massive national exposure. However, with unprecedented popularity also meant unprecedented spectacle. And nowadays, all sporting seems to be is about the spectacle of it all. And with incredible advances in media technology, especially the internet, it seems that nowadays sports are more about entertainment than the actual sports themselves. We see the NFL negotiating broadcasting deals from major networks in the billions. We see Super Bowl halftime shows with some of the world's most popular artists putting on shows that cost millions of dollars to produce. We see teams making more money than ever before and athletes with contracts in the hundreds of millions. We even see Major League Baseball this season changing its sport's own rules, such as adding a pitch clock, increasing the size of the bases, banning the shift, and limiting pickoff attempts, all for adding more in-game action in the name of the spectacle. Obviously, not all of these things are inherently bad. A lot of people like the Super Bowl halftime show and the new MLB rules. And athletes making the money they deserve with help from their unions is also a good thing. However, it cannot be argued that the incredible amount of spectacle in sports has exposed some of the worst parts of capitalism and consumption in the medium. Just a few years ago, with many MLB franchises experiencing unprecedented growth in value, MLB's owners wanted to cut players' salaries in order to save money during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. The MLB Players Association outright refused, only accepting prorated pay based on the number of games they played, which they did eventually get, but only with the threat of a canceled season meaning even more losses for the owners. The problems with owners are also not exclusive to the MLB. NFL owners such as Jerry Jones, Robert Kraft, and Stan Kroenke are all well-known celebrities for owning their teams, but have allegedly done many questionable things behind the scenes. Yet, in terms of accountability, there rarely is any. The damage of the spectacle also extends to the media itself. Sports media networks often air shows such as Undisputed and First Take that are filled with constant discourse and heated debate. Who is the GOAT? Is it LeBron or MJ? Who is the NFL MVP? Is it Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes? Who is the NBA MVP? Is it Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic? The purpose of these shows is to get people talking, and it definitely works. It extends to social media, where there is constant debate and discourse between fans of players and teams, who are constantly trying to prove that their favorite player is better than another person's favorite player, or that their favorite team is better than another person's favorite team. This constant and often toxic wheel of debate and discourse gets people talking, which in turn gets people watching the games and in turn adds to the spectacle and thus more money in the league's pockets. While you can certainly make the argument that the spectacle has done some good for the world of sports, you have to look past a lot of negatives in order to do so. The constant, never-ending loop of entertainment caused by the spectacle is designed to make as much money as possible to line the owners of the league's pockets. So, this begs the question, is there any way sports can return to their more humble roots? The answer is almost certainly no. As long as the leagues keep making record-breaking profits and accumulating record numbers of viewership, the spectacle will continue to roll with no end in sight. All sports fans can hope to do is tune in, watch their favorite teams and athletes, and get consumed by the all-encompassing power of the spectacle.